Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Off-Label Podcast. It is your weekly dose of sanity in an insane world. The Invisible Man has come out to play tonight. We got a lot to talk about, apparently. Biden did a little bit of a gaffe, telling people to not mess with the women of America unless they want to get a benefit or something. I don't even know. We'll get into that. The border crisis has gone insane, and apparently there was somebody that was trying to convince Carrie Lake. Let's just say it's a bribe. It was bribing. He was trying to bribe Carrie Lake into dropping out of the race and was fearing for his life over it. But we do have a lot to get into. I cannot find my mouse. Where the hell is it? There it is. Maybe is. Yep, that's it. Let's get into the stories, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
How's it going, Davey?
What up? What up? Hi, welcome to Thursday. Welcome, folks.
Apparently, I'm just gonna be a floating head. That I can't see with that thing on my face. All right,
Dude, when you had that cloak on, at first, I was like, please. And then you told me you had the whole suit. I was like, get it. Put it on. That's how we're starting the show today.
I have a green blanket, like because it got cold. I had a green blanket, and I had it dripped over my head, and you know, my headphones were over that, and all you just saw was my face. And he's like, "The fuck?" And I was like, "Dude, I got a green suit." And he's like, "Do it."
And then your wife comes over and goes, there's a green man in the bathroom peeing. And I go, did you not know you're married? You married a frog, madam. You married a frog.
I also have a one of those little. It's a Halloween suit. I was going to do a Halloween episode, but a lot came up and I couldn't do it. But it makes me look like the Rake demon. I got one of those too. I got both the green screen suit and the Rake demon suit for like $30.
That was a fucking deal.
Right? Especially seeing as how they're like $30 a piece. I got one for free.
Listen, I just thought you were just trying to come over the border and trying to be like Predator, you know, just stealthily coming along like, hey, see you guys. Bye. Oh my goodness gracious. What a week. What a week, folks. Let me tell you, it has been crazy from Carrie Lake getting bribed to a guy coming over the border who we saw last week. We were discussing all of a sudden. Now that guy is one of the biggest threats from overseas that they just let across the border. The gentleman says, you don't know who I am and you will find out who I am.
Yeah.
To a pair of gentlemen with the giantest pair of testicles I have ever seen. These things are like two watermelons. Both of them got two watermelons hanging from their satchels. These dudes went and crossed, started in Ecuador and crossed, and with the migrants, they're giving you play by play of what's going on.
Yep.
And we have it. It is a long video. I
We
watched a little
definitely ain't
bit.
gonna watch the whole thing.
No,
tonight.
no. I watched a little bit of it. Rich watched the whole thing.
Oh, it's a crazy story.
The beginning of what I saw. Listen, folks, if you don't think we said it, did we say it last week or no? It was in a hearing with my favorite senator, Senator Kennedy, was asking HSI, the former head of the HSI, if he knew how many people from Mexico were coming across the border. The man had no idea. Kennedy went 30%. Only 30% of the people coming over the border are from Mexico. The rest are from other countries that we have no idea about.
And apparently,
70%.
These guys found along the way 2 Chinese hotels, Chinese-owned hotels that Chinese people are staying in. Mostly, well, damn near all of them are middle-aged, are fighting-aged men. That's it. They're bringing in an army. It's too obvious. They're bringing an army into our border. It's gotten worse because, well, Greg Abbott said, fuck you, I'm going to protect our borders. And Joe Biden said, no, you're not. And he said, yeah, I am. And I call on my citizens to help me out. Joe Biden said, well, you got till tomorrow to turn over control of the border. 20, what is it now? I think it's like 27, but 25 states last time
25
what
states,
I brought
yeah.
up. What I brought up with it. 25 states have actually joined in and giving personnel and supplies and everything to Texas.
And we said it last week that 19 at that point 19 were on board, something like that, as of last
I found
week.
that, but it's useless now.
Yeah.
I found it and I sent it to you. I was like, I got it. It's now like 25, 27 of them. And yeah, Greg Abbott said, go fuck yourself, calling on the citizens to help out. And apparently Trump may have stepped into some shit because he's now calling on the National Guard of all states willing to move to the border. But this could get really something.
He's not the president. He's not the president. He's just a former president saying, having an opinion.
However, they could actually say he is engaging in insurrection now.
You think so?
Come on. Come on. They can now say it.
They said it before. It doesn't matter. They're going to say it no matter what.
Well,
so
they can if things don't go their way, they can charge him.
Try it. Go ahead. Then they should charge Nancy Pelosi.
Oh, they're not going to do that because Pelosi's on their side. Come on. You know better.
I know that, but I'm just saying it's just the whatchamacallit, that video you sent me of the Georgia lady, Fannie Willis, bro, when the judge is just like, when they're like, yeah, well, my client has nothing to do with this trial, and they went, sir, your client was the only one who knew that the wife had cheated on the husband. Yeah. So you knew exculpatory evidence, and it was like, but no, no, your client testified in her deposition that the wife cheated on the husband, and they were like, no,
It wasn't a deposition; it was her response to being subpoenaed.
Oh, okay. But she said it, and she knew, and they're like, how did she know? Hubba. Yeah, dude,
you gotta catch yourself in some shit.
It's a what? But it's because these people don't realize that there's consequence, and they don't think there's consequences. They think they're just going to get away with this shit, and most likely they probably will. There's nothing. She's not going to do anything. Nothing's going to happen to her. She's just going to sit there, and they'll probably excuse her. They'll excuse him, and then another person who probably has her same mind frame and will probably take her guidance and on to the next.
They won't.
You don't think
she's the fucking DA of Fulton County? They're gonna protect that woman.
Oh, well.
She's prosecuting Trump. From what they're trying to tell you is she's got everything, even though the people that have pleaded out of the case, they ain't got shit on. I mean, Jenna Ellis was the only one where she's like, I'm sorry for for what I did. Everybody else wrote one word saying, I'm sorry. Scott Hall wrote a 2 paragraphs saying, I'm sorry for what I did. However, I acted alone. They can't use any of that shit. The only thing they can use is Jenna Ellis. And nobody finds her credible in anything anymore.
Razor Ramon was in this?
Well, no. The dude's name is actually Scott Hall, but
well, so is Razor Ramon's real name is Scott Hall. Hey Chico, Hey Chico, I'm gonna tell you, Trump is the man. I know. Hey Chico, man, I miss wrestling. I wish I could just find a good chunk of wrestling from like the 90s and 2000s where I could just watch this like chunk of it. It was so good back then. I'm watching The Young Rock actually, and it's actually really good. But if The Rock ever wants to be president, and he has this show, he's gotten more airtime than any other presidential nominee ever because he has his own show to tell his story as a kid growing up.
But no, we're not. This is the same motherfucker that has millions of fucking dollars stood next to Oprah Winfrey saying, give me your money so we can give it to Maui. No.
Yeah.
Absolutely fucking not. You could do your own damn thing with that. Absolutely no. I don't. I'm not.
You see, Alyssa Milano was trying to solicit for money for her kid, and somebody goes, "Aren't you Alyssa Milano?"
Right. No, these celebrities are actually fucking hurting, and I'm just sitting here laughing and smiling about the whole damn thing. Y'all said we were in this together, then you said go fuck yourself. I'm rich, and now you're begging for money. No, fuck you.
Yep.
Anyway,
take that high horse you rode in on, and off yonder you go, pal.
Let's talk about some other stupid shit before we get into this border. Ladies and gentlemen, tell me what the fuck this motherfucker's saying.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Huh?
I think he had a stroke mid-sentence.
Let's do it again.
We'll teach Donald Trump a valuable lesson. Don't mess with the women in America unless you want to get the benefit.
Don't mess with the women of America unless you want to get the benefit. What's the benefit?
A sandwich? I have no fucking idea.
No, because they're all strong, independent women. Get your own damn sandwich. They got dicks, so you ain't getting no pussy.
I mean, look behind him. How many do they have wieners?
What the hell what is this? Now, I get what he was actually trying to say. He was like, don't mess with the women of America unless you want to give them the benefit of killing children. I get it. Sir?
He had a stroke. He's making Fetterman look like he knows what he's talking about. I just
oh man.
Where, because he said there was another he had another faux pas today with something about drinking beer.
No, the motherfucker actually, you want to talk about the election denial shit. The motherfucker actually said, like, I'm here with the real governor sitting right there, and I forget the dude's name. But he pulled the same shit that he's blaming everybody else for, saying election denial is serious. And, Karine Jean-Pierre says, oh, he was just kidding. He was talking about his last run. No, the fuck he wasn't. No, the fuck he wasn't. Stop bullshitting us.
No, because I have 24 minutes of Democrats denying the 2016 election.
Oh, yeah.
24 minutes of them saying that Donald Trump is not a legitimate president. He was not duly elected. He was not, like, they went on and on and on for months. And remember, they were in when they were certifying the election. We don't certify. Man can't complete. No, he can't. He can't complete anything. He can't complete a thought, a sentence, a bowel movement. No, he can complete a bowel movement. Never mind.
Yeah, he did that right in front of the Pope. Wait a minute. So Jerry Nadler shits himself. Biden shits himself. Apparently, we just have a whole bunch of Democrats who just cannot control their sphincters. Maybe it's because their O-ring's been blown out too much.
Yeah. when you take it in the keister for too long, eventually it just fucking like a fucking the tired dog's anus. Here we go. Here's another one of his fupas. Here's another one of his fupas from today.
The beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
What the fuck did he just say?
Play that again.
You know who he sounds like? Remember in The Water Boy? The fucking coach.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why it's called.
Wait.
Beer made the
motherfucker
Great
said-
Lakes.
The motherfucker said the beer brewed here makes the beard arthritis. Thanks for the Great Lakes.
That's what I heard too. I heard arthritis.
One more fucking time.
I really want somebody to make this a dubstep. Please make this into a dubstep.
Beer brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh, Earth Rider, thanks for the Great Lakes. I wonder why
This
it's called.
motherfucker did say arthritis.
Beer
Boom.
brewed here, it is used to make the brew beer in this refinery. Oh,
That
Earth
actually kinda
Rider.
fit.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't think of my toes with that one. I was still, my brain was still trying to compute what he said. I got stuck on arthritis. Arthur Ryder, thanks for the Great Lakes. Who's Arthur Ryder and how did he make the Great Lakes? What the fuck is? Remember when everybody was like, Trump's gonna get us into a world war?
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh, he's gonna get us into a world. No, this fucking babbling buffoon could get us into a world war because he might just say the wrong thing to the wrong. Hey, chim dum bong blue. Hey, and all of a sudden somebody from another country goes, did he just say he wants to bomb us?
The bum ding 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 ding. Kim Jong Un's like, he's gonna push the button. Fucking attack. I'm over here emoting and you can't even see what I'm doing. I'm just a floating head today.
I am just this man. Oh my God.
It's gonna be a thing, dude. All right. What did I tell you?
A
A
lot.
long time ago, what did I tell you? I
A
told you
lot.
we were marching towards World War III.
Yeah.
While that's happening, we will go through a civil war, short civil war, that will turn into a revolution. While we are waging a civil war with ourselves, that'll quickly turn into a revolution once the fucking U.S. government starts killing its own people. And everybody's just like, what the fuck? And we're standing around saying, I told you so. It'll quickly turn into revolution, all with World War III raging right the fuck around us. It's playing the fuck out. We're already engaged with the Russia-Ukraine situation. We got fucking the Israeli Hamas thing. Now we're the Iran Houthi thing going on. It's happening. And there's still the threat of China taking out Taiwan, and we said we would back Taiwan. So there's 4. You can't see 4. I got to cover my face so you can see my fingers. There's 4. We're heading into a world war.
Bro, I said this a long time ago. Everybody's like, well, we haven't been attacked in a while. Why would we be attacked? They're watching us implode from the inside out. They're just going to wait until we're at our most vulnerable, which is going to come up soon, kids. So pack up if you have it. And they're going to watch us implode from the inside out. And then they're just going to take over. They're going to come in, see that our military is no
They're
longer
already here.
I know, but they're going to see that our military is no longer our military, no longer the strength that we used to have. And they're just going to walk through the borders and just say, hey, it's ours now. and you're gonna have half the population just go, "Thank you. It's about time somebody came and just took us over."
Yeah.
It's coming. It's coming. And the people who are fighting for this, once again, when they came for me, it was too late.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
It gets tiring saying it over and over again and people not listening. I mean, listen, to be honest with you, there's a lot of people who are listening and who are getting it, but you got people like our friend who just doesn't get it. He'll never get it. He's going to keep just
And
thinking.
he's in the belly of the beast.
Yeah, he's just going to keep thinking that no, it's not this, it's this, it's not. Once again, Tim Pool said it the best way possible. People on the right, towards the right, center right, will call it a door. People on the left will call it a portal with handles made of wood with latches. And you just go, it's a fucking door. And they'll go, no, it's not a door. It's a portal with wood, a handle, and some latches. And you go, we're talking about the same fucking thing? Well, why do you got to change it? Why do you got to be it's a trans door? Is that what we're doing? Is that what we're dealing with? It's a trans door now.
You control the population when you control the language. When you can literally rewrite words on the fly, you can control the whole population. Yeah, I didn't want to put that on screen, but
please put that on the screen.
I can only imagine what the sign language expert is trying to say when this man speaks. Like, I wonder if they just start throwing gang signs after like 20 seconds.
They just throw the middle finger. When he went to arthritis, the guy with the fucking, with the hands just threw up the middle finger and just said, fuck it. He went, fuck it. I don't know.
I wish I didn't know sign language, because I'm pretty sure these sign language people are just like, I don't even know what the fuck this dude's saying. Like, you're deaf. You can't tell anybody that we're saying this shit. So, I
am.
They're having their own conversation.
Like, I think they stopped putting up the sign language interpreters on purpose, because the sign language interpreters' faces must be just like, the fuck did he say?
There was one.
There was
one time.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that woman again because she's sitting there trying to, and she stops and she's just like,
I don't know what to do with my hands. I make money with my hands. I don't know what to do with my hands.
you can't see my hands, but yeah, she's just like, she's got her hands like, the fuck? So yeah, that did happen one time, and I've never seen that woman ever again. The Western world is collapsing, and the sad thing is, it's our elected representatives that did this to us, not only in America, but France, UK, Germany, etc. Polar? Look, we said last week, we showed it, how our representatives, Yvette Clark, in the Homeland Security, said you cannot impeach Mayorkas for a policy disagreement. And if you impeach him, then nothing will change because the next person has to follow policy. I'm paraphrasing, but that's what her whole 5-minute speech was about. It goes deeper than that, Polar. I got the document. This is not a Biden policy thing. This is a UN policy thing. But before we get into that, ladies and gentlemen, let's just rewind a little bit here to let you know how we got here. Okay. During the Democratic primaries, Biden says, everybody surge to the border because when I'm president, I'll make you all citizens. Roundabout, paraphrasing about that. We get the first migrant crisis under Trump. The migrant caravan, the first migrant caravan. Title 42 was there. They left them at the border. And then people started illegally crossing the border, and they were screaming about kids in cages and how he's separating families and blah, blah, fucking blah. Even though it was the Obama-Biden administration that put those kids in cages. Yes, AOC sitting in front of an empty parking lot to take a photo of her crying like a little bitch. Okay, that continued. Throughout the rest of the Trump presidency, that continued. It all fell off because of an insurrection. That all fell off. Nobody was talking about that. However, they still continued to rush the border. Through the Biden administration, up to this point, we have had over 12 million people cross the border. That we know of. 12 million fucking people. Okay? Texas starts taking these people, and they're just like, hey, we need help. Government, give us something for this. The government told Texas and Arizona, fuck off. We're not helping you. That's your problem. So they're like, okay, fine. We're going to send them across the border again. Nope. Federal territory. You can't do that. Well, then what do you want us to do? You figure it the fuck out. So Arizona puts shipping containers on the border. Feds say, nope, fuck it, take it off. Nope, you can't do that. That's our jurisdiction. Texas starts putting up fencing and buoys and everything like that. Nope, federal district or jurisdiction, you can't do it. Take it out. So Arizona and Texas start shipping the migrants to other places all over the country. They start flipping the fuck out about it. Especially when 50 people wound up in Martha's Vineyard, in the richest place where these fuckers live. And they're like, this can't happen. So we start sending them to New York and Chicago. Eric Adams stands up and says, this is going to destroy our city. We're already overburdened and we're not getting help from the federal government. Even though we're a sanctuary city and we wanted them to be here, this is killing us.
And we've been getting federal aid for years.
Yes. He gets raided by the FBI, and supposedly somehow the country of Turkey helped him get elected as mayor of New York. Like, figure that shit out. Brandon Johnson has played along and said it's all Greg Abbott's fault, even though his people are like, you're a fucking lying son of a bitch. We know this. We have listened to you. We have seen what's going on. You were at fault for this. They build migrant fucking camps. Let's not get it mistaken, ladies and gentlemen. They are concentration camps. They are holding migrants in concentration camps. Now, when you say concentration camps, don't think of it as Germany's concentration camps. I'm trying to play it nice for YouTube. Don't think of it like that. The actual word for concentration camp. Look up the definition, because that's what it is. However, throughout this entire thing, Greg Abbott, or New York, said, we're going to start seizing all of these buses that are coming through. We're gonna just seize the bus. So they stopped shipping them on buses and they put them on planes and trains. Mind you, beforehand, when this whole thing started off, Biden was flying people across the country on commercial and military flights. The military was actually helping push these migrants into the U.S. But now they have a problem when Abbott does it.
I got a question. Have you heard of anything about migrants in airports being kept in airports like Logan Airport or the Washington? What's that Washington D.C. airport? Dallas. Is that Dallas?
I forget which one it's called, but yeah,
Dallas. They have
they're living
actual
there.
terminals where you can't go, that they're housing these migrants.
New York is putting them in schools, telling your kids, you can't go to school, you must be virtual, because we're keeping these migrants in your schools.
Oh, they caught up with AOC and asked her about it. Did you know what she said? That's not my district. I wouldn't know.
Ma'am, While they were screaming, close the border, you were saying we're going to give them your money, we're going to give them your jobs, and we're going to make them a protected class. You know everything about it. You're on these committee hearings advocating for this shit. You know everything about it. Anyway. I'm sorry.
I don't.
Oh my
I
God.
don't get it. And now you're telling me, hold on one second, that razor wire doesn't work? Was that what the government is trying to tell us?
Yeah.
That razor wire does not work. Oh.
Hmm.
I wonder.
But there's a difference. There's a fence there.
Wait.
There's a fence.
Okay, please
The
hold.
razor wire isn't what kept him out. It's the fence. So you're telling me walls work? Huh. Okay. Nice to know.
Wait, hold on. I got one more.
Uh-oh.
There's fence.
Maximize it. Oh. So it does work. Oh, wait a minute. Start it over. Start it back over. What is that? Is that the Border Patrol letting them the fuck in? Interesting. And of course, the shipping containers from Arizona.
But fencing and all that stuff that don't work. That's not working. Oh, here it is.
It works for America, not illegals. I'm sorry.
Here we go.
Migrants. Asylees.
Here we go.
Dozens of migrants lined up, sleeping on the floor of Terminal E at Logan Airport.
Logan.
WBZ's Louisa Mueller is live for us at the State House tonight. Louisa, the video that we just showed was taken just a few days ago. So are the migrants still there at the airport?
David, I am told they are back there tonight, but they weren't there this morning when I visited. The migrants have told my contacts themselves that they're getting on buses and leaving during the day and coming back in the evening. So we asked lawmakers, is there a coordinated effort to move the migrants during the day? And what does that cost? And their answers were somewhat ambiguous.
Oh.
Last week, our camera captured dozens of families sleeping on the floor of Terminal E at Logan. Little ones toddling across the floor and babies. The issue isn't new. Massport officials said migrant families were sleeping in Logan in November, but the numbers are startling. More than 100 folks.
There's lots of children, a lot of children.
Medford woman Katura Dews has been visiting the airport, providing resources to the families and speaking with them.
A lot of well-care stuff because a lot of them, while they're at the airport, they don't have access to a shower. So there's like some shower wipes, little towels just to clean up while they wait.
With the state proclaiming that there's no room to house more migrant families in emergency shelters, the question is, where are they going during the day?
I don't know.
Yeah, where are they fucking going during the day? Seems like somebody needs to be following these fucks around.
Nope.
But
No.
all that going on, Texas finally has enough and say, you know what? We're going to pass a law that makes it illegal for them to illegally cross the border so we can start arresting them. So they pass that law. The government says, no, you can't do that. It's our jurisdiction and you're breaking federal law. Now, Greg Abbott said, fuck it. All in the National Guard. We're kicking CBP out. We're taking control of our own border. We are exercising our state's right to control our own border, seeing as how the federal government is refusing to do its duty. Joe Biden makes a motion to the Supreme Court in a 5-4 split decision. Supreme Court says, and that is federal jurisdiction. And I will admit, they kind of do have a point. Because if they were to say, nah, the states could do it, then that means Alabama along the Gulf Coast, Florida along the Gulf Coast, Florida along the whole damn state can do whatever they want. Louisiana can do whatever they want. Arizona, California, they can all do whatever they want at that point in time. So I kind of do understand the decision. However, this is a different situation altogether from just any other time in history that we've had this even somewhere close to this problem. Now, Joe Biden has said Greg Abbott has till tomorrow to give up control of the border. Greg Abbott said, fuck you. He's calling on his citizens to come help. He's going to give them razor wire. They're going to put it along the border. If federal agents cut it, they're just going to patch it up and mend it. 27 states, 25, 27 states, something like that, are now sending personnel and aid and equipment down to the border to help out. And Donald Trump has said, any state willing, send your National Guard. This is where we're at. Now, I want to bring this up real quick because it's not just governors. Texas rep state.
What?
Texas rep calls on.
What?
I pulled a Biden.
Whoa.
Texas rep calls on state to defy Supreme Court border decision. This was on the 23rd. Rep. Chip Roy on Tuesday said that Texas should continue to defend its southern border despite the Supreme Court's decision to grant an emergency request from the Biden administration. Roy said that the state had a duty to defend its citizens and should continue to do so after the Supreme Court ruled in a 5-4 decision that the razor wire placed at the border of the state meant to deter illegal immigration could be removed by federal agents. The razor wire was at Shelby Park in Eagle Pass, Texas, a location that has experienced large surges of illegal immigrants. They have a duty under the Constitution and every other norm of leadership of any sovereign state to protect your citizens. Period. Full stop. There is no exception to that. I mean, it is the governor's job. By the definition of governorship, by the rules laid out for governorship, that is your job. You are tasked with that. And if the Supreme Court wants to ignore that truth with a slim majority, which a slim majority did, Texas still had the duty. Texas leaders still have the duty to defend their people. It's like if someone's breaking into your house and the court says, oh, sorry, you can't defend yourself. What do you tell the court? You tell the court to go to hell. You defend yourself and then figure it out later. Hold up. Now, this one is actually kind of contested because some states are stand your ground states. Some states are a duty to flee. You have to leave your house and run away and leave all of your shit, all of your belongings, everything to the person breaking in. And then you have to get away from your house and they have to chase you before you can stop them from coming after you.
That's the law in Jersey.
It's like, what?
You have to.
17 states are that way? Something like that?
You can't do anything. You can't even do the old, hey, I'll put two in him and then put him outside and say he was trying to, nope. Or put two of them outside and bring him inside and say, hey, he was trying to, nope.
No, you have a duty to flee first.
You have to leave and you
Which
can't.
Some of those, I think it's like 17 states. Some of those states are weird because you have constitutional carry now in some of these states, but you still have a duty to flee before you can constitutionally use the weapon that you can open or concealed carry depending on your state. It's weird. It really is. But in a post onto X, Roy said that political leaders would do more for the crisis. Would do more if the crisis were affecting Connecticut and not Texas. Texas should do what it sees fit at the border to face federal abandonment. However, from Simon Ateba, President Biden gives Governor Abbott until tomorrow to allow federal agents to cut swaths of razor wire installed at the southern border by the state or face the consequences. Biden can federalize Texas National Guard, leaving Abbott who with no power to resist federal might. Biden, as president, has the authority to federalize National Guard units, bringing them under the control of the federal government. However, this is typically done if in specific circumstances with legal justifications, such as responding to a national emergency or protecting federal interests. Abbott can claim that he is trying to protect American interests from illegal immigration. However, federal interests, because this is a Biden policy, contradicts that. Now, here's the interesting thing. If he does that, who do the people follow? Who does the National Guard? Now, these are National Guard. These are citizens of Texas. Are they just going to be like, okay, fine, I guess I go with the government and fuck my family, fuck my friends, fuck my home, fuck everything I know here? Are they going to do that? Or are they going to stand with their family, their friends? Are they going to protect their homes?
I thought the National Guard was under the protection of the governor and not the. I thought
They're
they were
under
state,
the
not
direction
federal.
of the governor, but they can be federalized in certain instances. However, I do think it is up to the governor to agree to
But I
that.
thought that was the whole thing about January 6th was that they wanted them to go there and they wouldn't because it was the governor who had to, or the mayor who had to put them there, and Trump wasn't allowed to.
The mayor had to request them. And she denied the request. And then later on said, okay, 5,000 unarmed, unarmored. They can't interact with the crowd unless we say so. And they have to be a good distance away. Now, if the president says, get the fuck over here, you're under my control, how does that play out? Because I'm sure Abbott's not going to say, okay, fine, take them. I'm pretty sure some of them would actually go. But we're talking about Texans. They've been defiant throughout this entire thing. We're talking about Texans. I don't see even most of them going. So it's going to be interesting. Now, other states sending their National Guard to help out at the border and everything like that. Some of these people from other states with no connections to Texas, they may defect. They may go to the government. I don't know how that's going to play out, but this is a very dangerous situation. And then, of course, Texas escalates feud with federal government telling ranchers SCOTUS ruling on razor wire was not final, offering to give ranchers razor wire as migrants are now sneaking into the U.S. through private property. These motherfuckers are going on private land.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. This is the man who they have to listen to.
Oh, you want to add that? Okay.
This is the man. Look at the hard hat on his head.
No.
Look at the fucking hard hat on his head.
The fucker's backwards. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the president of the United States. Doesn't even know how to wear a hard hat. And the fucking United Auto Workers back this guy yet again.
They came out and said today that they weren't fans. The head of the UAW said that he wasn't a fan.
Well, I probably missed that, but last I heard, yeah.
Where's
Hell no, I don't. But it's getting, it really is getting really interesting because Texas border czar Mike Banks told, by the way, the federal border czar is fucking Kamala Harris. Y'all ponder on that for a minute. Texas told ranchers Wednesday the state could install razor wire on their property free of charge. The state is countering a controversial SCOTUS ruling allowing agents to cut through razor wire to allow migrants into the U.S. The barrier has been put in place in order of Republican Governor Greg
Abbott? Hey, Abbott!
I shouldn't have started with that Biden thing. I can't fucking read now. All right.
Oh, go ahead. I found the clip.
What
I know we're just all over the place.
Yeah, we are.
Look, let me be clear about this. A great majority of our members will not vote for President Biden. Yes, some will. But that's the reality of this. The majority of our members are going to vote their paycheck. Look.
Oh, so it was another fucking lie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He was on with Cavuto saying that, yeah, because come on, the UAW, that was where Biden went and he got into that argument with that dude about the Second Amendment. And he yelled in his face, "You don't know what you're talking about." That was the UAW. Do you think those guys are going to vote for him?
I mean, they did.
Listen,
they did in 2020.
I don't think they listen. I work. My dad works for a company with a lot of with a large union, and a lot of the union guys that I talked to were like, "Fuck no, fuck no." They knew. They're not dumb. They're not
you're talking
dumb.
about the United Auto Workers that said we need to ban, or he told them we need to ban gas cars, move to electric, and then all of a sudden snowstorm comes and all the coldest areas can't use their electric vehicles. You think that people didn't notice that?
UAW will always back Democrats, but the members are Republicans through and through. Yeah. People will always vote with their paycheck. They will always. He was right. They will always vote with their paycheck and see and where the money's going. And just because they're endorsing, just because the head of some, like, unions will always back Democrats. Will always back Democrats. The union will, but the members will vote for whoever gets them more money.
Most. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does say in the past, federal agents have cut it when they believed migrants were in danger of drowning in a river that separates Texas from Mexico. I had a fight with somebody on Twitter. By the way, apparently it is an act of violence on Twitter to tell the president of the United States treason charges are coming and the people will hold you accountable. I found that out.
I wonder how.
I found that out. My account is suspended. And I can't get into, I have no idea what email, like I even tried to boot this up on Twitter and I get this big red exclamation here saying we can't connect. But like I have no idea what email address that Twitter account is linked to, and they won't fucking tell me. I have been logged out and everything like that. These motherfuckers will not tell me what email address that account is linked to. I have no fucking clue. It's not like it matters in any way, but
just get another one.
Right.
Backing Democrats at a local level is more beneficial, but national, we will always vote for bettering the economy. Yeah.
Well, see, this person was sitting there saying, "Oh, they have to cut the razor wire because there was a pregnant woman who was entangled in that, and she was cut up so badly, her baby fell out of her womb." I was like, "Give me that. Link it. Show me something on that shit." Well, you can just look it up. No, motherfuckers, you demand information yourselves. I'm demanding it now, too, because I did look for it. I didn't find a single fucking thing about that anywhere. Give it to me. Well, I'm not going to feed you information. No, you made the fucking claim.
Yeah.
Back it up with the receipts. Well, you make claims all the time. You said this on your Twitter. Here's the fucking receipt. You said this. Here's the receipt. Back up your claim. And I was blocked. Because it didn't happen. Razor wire, unless you were literally like it's a Saw situation and you're trying to like do that shit, it's not going to cut the baby out of the womb, people. Unless you are purposely trying to get it to do that. Stop with the stupidity. Stop with the fucking lies.
Bad. The mainstream media told me bad.
Pretty much. Look, I can't even scroll with this damn suit on. But yeah, the razor wire is deployed in multiple cities around the areas of the Texas border, including in Eagle Pass, with just 28,000 residents total. The town has become a major hotspot for migrants since President Joe Biden took office in 2021. Currently the second busiest spot along the southern border behind Lukeville, Arizona. The tiny town has also become a political flashpoint. About 2 weeks ago, the Lone Star State took control of Shelby Park, owned by the city of Eagle Pass, claiming that the move was necessary since it is a popular place for the illegal immigrants to cross into the country and then claim asylum. As a matter of fact, we played that video with, I played the video. I don't know if we did it on this channel with Taylor Hansen actually going to Eagle Pass to one of these places, and they had local police departments in uniform protecting them, getting paid overtime, protecting them. So yeah, there's that. By order of Greg Abbott, Border Patrol agents were kicked out of the park, setting up a showdown between Abbott and Biden administration. Feds have warned Texas that only the federal government has the authority to enforce immigration law, and the Department of Justice is exploring all options to force Texas to let the Border Patrol agents do the job. Abbott's takeover of Shelby Park has also had unintended consequences. Come on, let me scroll right, please. Instead of having migrants surrender to the Border Patrol agent in the giant open space of the park, asylum seekers are mostly avoiding the area. They have moved north and south of the park, illegally crossing into the U.S. into the U.S. through ranches and other property that sit on the border. Now they're on my property.
Wait. So it worked.
Yes, I got to cover my face. Yes, yes, it worked.
So it worked. So the razor wire and the fencing worked. They said, I'm not going through there. I'm going to keep going to where I can get through. And they went through
like electricity. You use the path of least resistance. So it worked. Because they started going elsewhere. Razor wire does work. Oh yeah, since the state took over the park, Valderrama is seeing groups of migrants as large as 200 people come onto his land every day. Since it sits directly on the international border. These motherfuckers are coming across on other people's properties, on people's private properties, because the razor wire worked.
Hold on. Wait a minute. So I thought, because they just keep telling us, I thought they were coming through ports of entry. That's what they keep telling us, right? They keep telling us that
fentanyl's coming through the ports of entry.
So they're bringing illegal drugs through the legal ports of entry. They're not bringing illegal drugs through the illegal way to get into the country. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Like I said, they say 90% of all fentanyl is coming through the ports of entry. That's what you're catching, fuckers. Now, if you flood ports of entry and you keep the Border Patrol at the ports of entry, guess what's wide open?
The yards.
Apparently. people's property. But no, I mean, look, it's working. Whatever the fuck Texas is doing has worked. Several times they have stopped coming across in certain areas that defenses were put up. And they have started coming across in other places. Now, there are videos out there, including one that I showed you a long time ago. And I know you remember it, that drone footage of people in camo with full fucking rucksacks moving in formation across the border. That ain't illegal immigrants. That ain't illegals. That's a fucking army. Nobody moves in formation unless you were military trained. They moved in formation. They were in camouflage, moving in formation. And that was like, what, a year and a half ago now?
Yeah, bro.
Somewhere around there. But yeah, they're coming across, through people's borders, and Greg Abbott's just like, okay. All right, citizens, listen up. I'm motioning with my hands and shit. It's not working because you can't see. This is just fucking with me that I have this suit on. He's like, listen up. Come get your razor wire. Put it on your property. They can't say shit about that, though. The government can't say shit about it because it is private property. They can't demand that they cut the razor wire on private property. Because then that shows that you have no control over your own property then. You think people are going to stand for that? You think I'd stand for that if Biden came to my house and said, these illegals are going to stay in your house? No. Because we're going to have a gunfight. I'm coming to the door loaded. I'm done.
Bundy Ranch, baby.
Yeah, like I've been saying, it's a Waco moment waiting to happen.
Just, I mean, if you think the government really cares about you, just think about this situation. You have a state who has an influx of people coming over illegally. Illegally. We just saw it. We just fucking saw it. Coming here illegally, not through points of entry. And you have the United States government telling them that they can't fucking do that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes. And I will show you exactly why here in a little bit. However, Trump calls on states to deploy National Guard to Texas as states clashes with federal government over border crisis. Former President Donald Trump called on Republican-controlled states to send their National Guard troops to Texas to help Governor Greg Abbott repeal an invasion at the southern border. The Republican frontrunner issued a statement on Truth Social on Thursday, accusing President Biden of aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal immigrants. He 100% fucking is. He's not accusing him of it. He's fucking doing it. But let's go do it. Let's go to the whole thing here.
Let's go to the Truth Social, ladies and gentlemen.
When I was president, we had the most secure border in history. Joe Biden has surrendered our border. He is aiding and abetting a massive invasion of millions of illegal immigrants, or millions of illegals. I'm not even going to call them migrants or immigrants or whatever. No, millions of illegals into the United States. Instead of fighting to protect our country from this onslaught, Biden is unbelievably fighting to tie the hands of Governor Abbott in the state of Texas so that the invasion continues unchecked. In the face of this national security, public safety, and public health catastrophe, Texas has rightfully invoked the invasion clause of the Constitution and must be given full support to repel the invasion. Was it? I didn't even show you that.
No.
I forgot the whole damn.
I figured
Whatever.
you'd write it.
Let's go to this one then. Page 2. We encourage all willing states to deploy their guards to Texas to prevent the entry of illegals and to remove them back across the border. All Americans should support the common sense measures by Texas authorities to protect the safety and security and sovereignty of Texas and the American people. When I am president on day one, instead of fighting Texas, I will work hand in hand with Governor Abbott and other border states to stop the invasion, seal the border, and rapidly begin the largest domestic deportation operation in history. Those Biden has let in should not be given should not get comfortable because they will be going home soon. Let's go. However, with that, therein lies the problem, like I said. They can now say Texas is engaging in insurrection, and Trump is leading the charge. All they have to do is invoke the Insurrection Act. That's all they have to do. You know, the same thing Trump wouldn't do while everybody was rioting, including trying to burn down D.C., trying to burn down the White House. The same thing he wouldn't do. All Biden has to do is just invoke that. And now anybody that doesn't comply is engaging in insurrection. And I thought we were the fascists. Interesting, isn't it?
But
ladies and gentlemen,
they project everything that they're going to do?
oh, always.
Everything's a projection?
Everything that they have said, everything that they have done, including Nancy Pelosi saying, he's going to commit a military coup. Bitch, January 7th, you went to the Joint Chiefs of Staff and told them not to listen to the lawful orders of a sitting president. It's not your place. It never was. Yet you did it anyway. You attempted a military coup that you said Orange Man was going to try.
Fucking Ted Cruz.
What you got? Come and take it. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. Scroll down.
Yeah,
That was just 5 hours ago. 25 Republican governors just signed a joint letter in support of Texas resistance. You were literally talking about the heartland of the fucking country. The only one over there is, what is that, New Hampshire? Or no, is that Vermont?
Yeah, New Hampshire. It's
New Hampshire. New Hampshire's fucking governor grew some damn balls. What? Hold on. How did New Hampshire's governor grow some fucking balls?
I have no I think he went to the hospital and got one of those transmission things put on. I have no idea.
That's a weird fucking turn. I'll admit that.
Wait, what state is that? Is that Virginia
That's
also?
part of Virginia. Yeah. That's part of Virginia. Right up underneath Maryland. That's part of Virginia.
That's part of Virginia?
Mm-hmm.
I never fucking knew that was part of Virginia.
It makes no sense, does it?
It doesn't.
It's right below Maryland and it's off the Virginia coast. It should be part of Maryland, but no, it's not.
It looks like a fucking dog dick. That's what it looks
Just
like.
like-
It's just red, like this little hanging little thing right there. Like what the?
That's Virginia. Just like Oklahoma's panhandle. You know how Oklahoma got the panhandle?
Yeah, I heard
Because it was a no man's land?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just lawless as fuck, and everybody else is just like, I'm not going there. And they're just like, fuck it, Oklahoma, take it. All right, whatever. Let's do this.
Red Rocket, yum. But I just, here it goes. All of joining. This is what they call.
I will admit, I was part of the thousands of people that flooded Governor Meemaw's fucking phone telling him to support Texas. KIV is our governor of Alabama.
Oh.
We call her Governor Meemaw because she talks like a grandma. And she's just as stupid and ignorant.
My new home right here, baby. There's
yeah.
my new home right there.
I will admit, I was on those phone calls saying, you better fucking do something because this is bullshit. We see it even in our state. Dude, I was coming home today from work. I was going back to the shop to call it a fucking day. I saw the cops had stopped illegal immigrants walking down the fucking interstate. They had 4 of them pulled over. These people, you had one that maybe looked Mexican, 2 Chinese, and I guess he looked Haitian or maybe African. Like he wasn't a black man. He was not an American black man. And they were all sitting on the little bumper thing, the guard on the road there.
Yeah.
They were all sitting on that. 5 fucking cop cars there. They all had backpacks on. They all look like they damn sure didn't belong there. And I'm talking about belong there as in like they ain't from the state.
I mean, it's Alabama.
You can tell who belongs in the state and who doesn't.
I know, it's Alabama.
Especially when you're talking about damn near center of the state. All right?
You got Munyon tires. Munyon tires? You ever heard of Munyon tires? No. You shot a good old boy. It's Alabama.
Right.
My Cousin Vinny, one of the greatest movies ever. Can I tell you? I heard the greatest news today.
What?
Can I tell you that I heard one of the greatest news today?
Oh.
Learn the code, fuck faces. In case you were having a bad day, here's the LA Times newsroom this morning after they have massive layoffs. Turns out even Californians don't want to read this garbage propaganda. Learn the code, fuck faces. Enjoy that one.
Dude, it's not just LA Times.
I know. It's the New York Times.
All of them.
And Taylor fucking doxing Lorenz was going off about how, it's not right that they laying off. You're garbage. Listen, when you're sitting there going, what Harry Potter figure are you? What Harry Potter character? What kind of sandwich are you? And everything is an opinion. You don't give the fucking news. You don't give the news. And she said it herself on her little TikTok that the news used to be funded by advertisement. There's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. The news should not be funded by advertisements. You should tell the news, and that's it.
Yep.
You should tell people. You shouldn't give your opinion on how they think. We will say what our opinion is because we're not the news. We're 2 jagoffs here trying to make you laugh and inform you on some shit that's going on. We're not the news.
And y'all turn to us before you turn on your TV. That's kind of fucked up. I mean, it is.
Thank you.
But it's more fucked up because all we're doing is just reading the news and telling you what we think. We're doing the same shit, but at least we're not lying to you.
And we're telling you it's our opinion. Go look it up. Go look it up for your own opinion. I'm telling you that I'm glad these assholes are losing their jobs because you know why? Because it's garbage. They're garbage. I mean, did you not see the Twitter video? Remember Twitter headquarters video where they're like, I get up and I go to Twitter, I go to work and I get my cafe latte and then I go code for about 20 minutes and then I go to the gym and I work out for 3 hours and then I go to lunch and we decide what kind of wine we want for lunch. Then I go back and I do some yoga, play some video games. I do some more stuff on Twitter and then I get to go home. It's a great day to work at Twitter. Now you're unemployed.
And these motherfuckers are getting 5-6 figures to do that shit.
And then they were crying that they don't have a job anymore. That's not a fucking job. That was a daycare that you got paid to go to.
You wonder why Daily Wire has 1 million plus strong. You wonder why Steven Crowder is creeping up on that. You wonder why Tim Pool started his own damn thing and he's doing damn good.
Really well.
You wonder why this is all fucking happening. I mean, even Jeremy Hambley started he's making more from his coffee company than he is from anything else. The motherfucker started the Publica. He's making more from, well, not more from that. He's making a damn good bit off the Publica, who I know a lot of the people, including Ashley, who used to be on this show, writes for the Publica. I know a lot of these people. You wonder why people are going that direction? We don't trust these motherfuckers. I have yet, dude, since I haven't turned on a news station. I hear news clips just to see what stupid shit they're talking about, but I haven't turned on a news station other than the GOP debate that I got a fucking flag for.
I don't have cable.
I don't either.
I don't
But
have fucking cable.
I've never streamed anything from them since late 2018 because I know it's a fucking lie.
Yeah.
I know if I turn it on, I might as well just believe the exact opposite. And then I'm still going to go find all this information that they're talking about and form my own fucking opinion on it. Look at everything else, not just these articles. And you got to read the articles because at the end of every article, they tell you the actual fucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
Last 2 or 3 paragraphs is always the truth. The first 5, 6 paragraphs is just complete fucking horseshit, which never lines up with the headline of the article in any way.
Oh my God, dude. The headlines of articles are the worst. The fucking
I like the fact,
worst.
I like the fact that X removed that shit. Twitter, X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I like the fact that they removed that shit and it's just a picture.
Yeah.
It's just the main picture from the article. Now you have to give it the headline. You have to put that headline in there. Because you are the one behind the words of that then. I love it because you can't just look at it. And even if you go to try to share it, they'll be like, hey, you want to read that first? Nah, bitch, I know what it says. It says a whole bunch of dumb shit. No, I actually do read them, but
Yeah,
the only reason I ever did was for UAW contracts.
Talks and spread awareness to how twisted the numbers get. Yeah. Speaking of, you ever put the numbers for the vid from the whatchamacallit, from the CDC? You ever try to do that math?
No.
I did it one time. And I'm okay at math. I'm all right. I can add. Okay.
Well, no. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, I did.
And
do
those
that.
numbers made no fucking sense. Made no sense. And I'm sitting there trying to tell people that's not the number. No. Look, it says it right there on CNN. That's the number. I go, okay, here you go. Here are the numbers. You add that up and you tell me if that makes any sense to you.
Even adding up from the CDC did not reach what the media was saying, but the CDC even broke it down that most of them died of other things.
Yeah.
Like there was only 6%. Only 6% of the death was actually from COVID. Everything else was comorbidities or other things, and they had COVID at the time. We're probably going to get flagged because I said COVID.
I know.
Fuck you, YouTube.
But listen.
I'm sorry, it's your YouTube too.
But you know, yeah, I know it is. But you know what didn't off people?
The flu. The flu. I'm sorry, in 2020 there were only 120 something fucking recorded deaths from the flu. The flu disappeared.
I was gonna say that taking bribes wouldn't have offed you from the vid.
Oh, that's coming up later, but ladies and gentlemen, I love this now. Like everybody would say, oh, this is happening across the world. It's not just us. It's not just us. This is happening across the world. Oh, really? Why is it happening across the world then? Huh. You remember the Great Replacement Theory? This racist right-wing conspiracy theory? It's fucking true. United Nations Secretariat. Replacement migration. What is this? Is it a solution to declining and aging populations? The designation employed in the presentation of materials in this publication do not imply the expression of any opinion whatsoever on part of the Secretariat or the United Nations concerning legal status of any country, city, or area, or of its authorities, or concerning the delimitation of its frontiers or border boundaries. The designations developed in developing countries and more developed and less developed regions are intended for statistical convenience and do not necessarily express a judgment about the stage reached by particular country or area in the development process. The term country, as used in this text of publication, also refers, as appropriate, to territories or areas. Disclaimer. This fucking claimer. Hey, this is just a suggestion. However, Population Division of the Development of Economic and Social Affairs is the United Nations Secretariat. The Secretariat is responsible for providing the international community with up-to-date and scientifically objective information on population and development. The Population Division provides guidance on the United Nations General Assembly, Economic and Social Council, and the Commission on Population and Development on population and development issues, and undertakes regular studies for population levels and trends, population estimates and projections, population policies, and population and development interrelationships. Words are a thing. Speak, Biden. I just put myself down.
Ischiodo.
In particular, the Population Division is concerned with the following substantive areas: patterns of mortality, fertility, and international and intermigration, including levels and trends that causes and consequences, and socio-economic, geographic, and gender differentials. Huh? Oh, you mean men and women, not the trans people.
What?
Yeah, because if you have more men than women in an area, you have more war. But if you have more women than men in an area, there's usually like famine. It's weird, but it's a thing. Spatial distribution of population between urban and rural areas, among cities, estimates and projections of population size, age and sex structure, spatial distribution and demographic. Blah, blah, fucking blah. The reason why I wanted to bring this up in the contents: country results for France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Republic of Korea, the Russian Federation, United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, United States of America, Europe, and European Unions. There are only 2 in this that are not Western countries. As we're going through this, we'll just hit the United. As a matter of fact, actually, I can't give it to you because it's just on my. Let me see. Where the fuck did I find that?
Really quickly, while you're
No,
trying
that's
to
a
find
PDF.
that.
I can't give it to you. I was going to
Really?
give everybody the link to this shit.
Really quickly. We're getting the band back together.
No. My wife brought up a great fucking point to this. She said, if this shit goes down, and most of them are like southern states and everything, southern and, Midwestern states, but it's pretty much the South. We have to win this. Because if we don't, not only are we going to be racist because we wanted slaves, but we're going to hate migrants too. So not only are we going to be racist towards black people, we'll be racist towards every single other person but white.
Damn
The
it.
South has some skin in the fucking game at this point.
Wait a minute. How do I fit into this equation?
Well, because you are joining in this fight now too. But
I
hey,
got my white-
you
I got
don't
my
hate
white
black
card?
people. You just
I
hate
get my-
immigrants.
I get my white card?
Dude, you've been. Don't
Shut up.
nobody believe you're.
I'm a Puerto Rican from the Bronx. You shut up.
But yeah. Like, y'all wonder why we have a problem with Korea? Y'all wonder why we have a problem with Russia? We're trying to make fucking policy for these motherfuckers. They're not part of the United Nations. And the United Nations is saying, hey, Korea, you must do this. Russia, listen to what we are saying.
I don't understand how
I
Russia.
agree, Amanda. I fucking agree.
You know what? It's funny because my social studies teacher in 7th grade, he said, everything you've heard of me is true, except I'm not a racist. I hate everybody equally. And I have used that saying ever since he said it to me in 7th grade. And it fits. And that's why I call everybody just asshole. It fits. It works.
I mean, look, if you know my first name, there's a reason why people call me Dick. I meet up with my name, all right? I am the embodiment of my name.
And this is why I have the moniker I have, because I'm the embodiment of this.
All right. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can actually find the United States, because on this right here, like Japan. Why the fuck are y'all fucking around with Japan? Because apparently Japan's in its own universe. Republic of Korea. Like, why are we making this shit for Korea? It makes no damn sense. Why are you fucking around with the Korean population? The Russian Federation, y'all wonder why they got a fucking problem with this? Let's just go ahead and give you a little look as to what they're saying. Scenario 5. The scenario keeps the potential support ratio at its 1995 value.
Oh, no, I thought you were reading the
The
first
potential support ratio at its 1995 value of 5.62. The total number of net immigrants needed would be 250 million between 2000 and 2050, an overall average of 5.1 million per year. However, the average annual net migration required to maintain this ratio varies considerably over time, as two relatively small cohorts, those born between 1940 and 1945 and those born between 1965 and 1970, pass through their economically active years and into the 65 years or older group in the period of 2005 to 2010. The sharp decline in the number of persons aged 65 or older would require immigration of some 3.6 million persons per year to keep up with the potential support ratio constant. Immigration would then resume after 2010. Under this scenario, by 2050, 308 million persons, or 73% of Russia's projected population of 422 million, would be made up of post-1995 immigrants or their descendants. Who the fuck are you to tell Russia what they can do with their own damn people?
And you think they're going to listen? But guess who's falling right in line with that? Let me see. Wait a minute. You said it said 12 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
4 million a year? 4
Nope.
million a year.
That was Russia.
Yeah.
Now we're getting into the United States. Past trends. Total fertility rate in the United States dropped from 3.5 births per woman in 1950 to 1955 to 2.2 in 1970 to 1975. Except for a temporary period during the 1970s and early 1980s. Women's suffrage. The era of love.
The crack epidemic.
No. That doesn't explain it. You're talking about people that are dying. They're talking about the birth rate exploding in that area.
I mean, they were killing each other for crack. I mean, that would probably.
Yeah, but that doesn't explain the birth rate increasing at that point in time. This is what they're talking about. The birth rate, total fertility rate.
I read a little bit more in the early 80s when it hovered around 1.8.
Oh yeah, well that is the crack epidemic.
That was a crack epidemic.
Life expectancy at birth, meanwhile, has risen from 69 years in 1950 to 1955 to 75.7 years in 1990 to 1995. As a consequence of those changes, the proportion of the population aged 65 or older has risen from 8.3% in 1950 to 12.5% in 1995. And the potential support ratio declined from 7.8 in 1950 to 5.2 in 1995. As a point of comparison, the potential support ratio was 15 in the 1900s, when 4% of the population was aged 65 years or older. What they're saying is, hey, birth rate is declining. Y'all can't keep up with your population. You can't keep refreshing your population to maintain a certain population that you would need for your country to thrive.
But
I'm sorry, motherfuckers. Weren't you telling women not to have kids?
yeah, aren't you castrating children?
Right now, yeah.
Aren't you chemically castrating children right now and telling them that it's okay to not have kids? And that's why when I read this I was confused.
Y'all give the women right to vote through the women's suffrage and everything. You gave the women right to vote, right to go to work, right to do this. Great. All for it, for the most part. Really am. The right to vote, please understand what you're voting for, because there's no reason, if you're a complete fucking moron, you should have any say in my life whatsoever. I don't give a shit about your rights. Motherfucker, that's the only right you have that directly influences me.
Male or
So therefore,
female?
it's not a right. It's a fucking privilege. But once that happened, they pivot from that to tell women, go get you a career. Don't have kids. Make sure you have a solid career first. Make sure you're on solid ground to where you can do everything you want, because maybe you might be a single mother. Make sure you're on solid ground before you have a children. Sounds good, right? Guess what it caused? A declining birth rate that is now causing such a problem that the United Nations must say, flood your company or flood your country with immigrants, because you can't keep up now. Now we got motherfuckers chopping off dick and balls and scooping out uteruses, and you wonder why the birth rate is declining. Motherfuck. All right. Scenario 1. The medium variant of the United Nations 1998 revision assumes an annual net intake of 760,000 migrants per year between 1995 to 2015, for a total of 41,800,000 net migrants during that period. Accordingly, the total population of the United States is projected to increase continuously from 267 million in 1995 to 349 million in 2050. Motherfucker, we're already there. I mean, there are like 350 million people in the United States. Close to 350 million if you don't count the immigrants. The results of the 1998 United Nations projections, as shown in the annex table. By 2050, out of this total population of 349 million, 59 million, or 6.8%, would be post-1995 immigrants or their descendants, or 16.8%. So damn near, okay, a little over 15% by that point in time, by 2050, would be immigrants. The population aged 15 to 64 will increase slowly from 174 million in 1995 to 214 million in 2050. Although not in a monotonic fashion, the population aged 65 or older will rapidly rise from 33 million in 1995 to nearly 76 million in 2050. As a result, the potential support ratio would decrease from 5.2 in 1995 to 2.8 in 2050. So in other words, for every person that died, you had in 1995, you had 5.2 people to replace them. By 2050, the projected for every old person that dies, you only have 2.8 people to replace them. Scenario number 2, which is the medium variant with zero migration, uses the fertility and mortality assumptions of the medium variant from the 1998 revision, but without any migration to the United States after 1995. The results in this scenario are quite different from those in scenario 1. Total population would increase to 290 million in 2050, which is 50 million less than scenario 1. The population aged 15 to 64, which is working class, 15 to 64 is your working class, would rise from 174 million in 1995 to 192 million in 2010 and 2015, and then decline, returning back to 174 million in 2050. The population age 65 or older would double from 33 million in 1950 to 68 million in 2050. As a result, the potential support ratio would decline from 2.6 in 2050, which is slightly below the presented in scenario 1. In other words, 2.6 people are born for every old person that dies. Scenario 3 keeps the size of the total United States population constant at its maximum of 298 million that it would reach in 2030. Assuming no in-migration after 1995, in order to keep the total population constant at that level, it would be necessary to have 6.4 million migrants between 2030 and 2050, which is an average of 319,000 migrants per year. By 2050, out of a total population of 298 million, 7.3 million, or 2.5%, would be post-1995 immigrants or their descendants. Scenario 4 keeps the size of the population aged 15 to 64 constant at its maximum of 192.5 million that it would reach in 2015, assuming no in-migration after 1995. In order to keep the working age population constant at that level, it would be necessary to have 18 million migrants between 2015 and 2050, which is an average of 513,000 migrants per year. By 2050, out of a total population of 316 million, 25 million, or 7.9%, would be post-1995 immigrants or their descendants. Scenario 5 is fucking weird. Scenario 5 keeps a potential support ratio at its 1995 value of 5.2 persons aged 15 to 64 for each person aged 65 or older. In order to keep the potential support ratio constant at that level, it would be necessary to have 593 million immigrants from 1995 to 2050, at an average of 10.8 million per year. By 2050, out of the United States total population of 1.1 billion people, 775 million, or 73%, would be post-1995 immigrants or their descendants.
So I'm trying to look to see the numbers. So I Googled it. It says U.S. immigration statistics for 2020 was 34,814,000. So about 35 million immigrants in the United States. And now from 2000 to 2015, it's gone up from 35 million to 47 million that they're saying. So we're kind of on fucking track now. Those are the people that's coming into the country. Now we're not talking about descendants and all that stuff. But I was looking at this, the border. Let me just share this real.
Well, see, we're not on track for scenario 5 in that because that's 10.8 million a year, but we're on track for like 3.
Look at this fucking chart.
You're going to have to zoom in because it looks small on the screen there. There you go.
So we're looking 300, 400. And you want to tell me that he had Joe Biden had nothing to do with it? Here we go. 2019.
That would be
800.
scenario 3, which is an average of 319 migrants per year to keep us at a maximum of 298 million of working class individuals, assuming no immigration after 1995.
2020, 405,000. Now, these are the apprehensions and expulsions registered by the United States Border Patrol from the fiscal year 1990 to 2022. But here's 2020. Here's fucking 2021. And here's fucking 2022.
Put it back on 2022. Yeah, you kind of missed it there. 2.214 million. Now that's per year. That's per fucking year. That's not a running fucking total. They had 2.2 million apprehensions and expulsions registered by the United States Border Patrol in 2022.
And the last time we had anything kind of close to that was the year 2000. 1.6. Then it started to go down, 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 shot up a little bit in 2019. Down again, and just fucking skyrocketed.
I'm sorry. What was going on in 2019 though?
That was when that was right before the vid. Oh no, that was when Biden said to come.
Uh-huh.
That was
during the Democratic primaries when
Yeah.
Biden said surge the fucking border because when I'm president, I'll make you all legal citizens. That was the migrant caravan, which was like, what? The first one was 20, 30,000 people at one time. That was during when they had that migrant city up underneath that overpass.
Yep.
That was that.
And then it fell, and then just ba-boom.
The Great Replacement theory is fucking true. That's what it is. It's not about making white people the minority, which will fucking happen with this shit, especially if you go with scenario 5 with 10.8 million. That's not what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. It is about changing American fucking citizens out to immigrants to keep up with working class citizens. Scenario 5, 10 point. I'll bring it right back up on your screen again. Population aged 65 or older would double from 33 million in 1950 to 68 million to 2050. As a result, the potential support ratio would decline to 2.6 in 2050, which is slightly below. Oh no, that's scenario 2, my bad. Scenario 5. By 2050, out of a United States total population of 1.1 billion people, we already have like 350 million here in the United States, and there's too many of y'all dumb motherfuckers. 1.1 billion people. 775 million or 73% would be post-1995 immigrants or their descendants at 10.8 million a year. Now, we're nowhere close to 10.8 million a year, but we damn sure are higher than any other scenario. As a matter of fact, scenario 4 accounts for 513,000 migrants per year. Scenario 3 is 319,000 migrants per year. Scenario 2, scenario 2 was with zero migration. Scenario 1, total population 59, 6.8. The population would increase. As a result, the potential support ratio would decrease. This assumes an annual net intake of 760,000 migrants per year.
And that's what it says. 59 or 16.8% would be post 1995 immigration or the descendants. Throw what I just put up.
In 2022, 13.9% of the population was foreign born nearly 3 times higher than 1970. And we're blowing scenario 1 out of the water. We're starting to work towards scenario which one was it again?
It was scenario 2.
3? No, scenario 3 was 3. Scenario 4 at 513,000 a year. And we're actually over that because at average we're taking in $1 million or $2 million. We're trying to push for scenario 5.
2022 was 2.2. 2023 was 2 million. Look at these.
We are quadruple scenario 4 at this point. That's what it's about. That's what it's about. It's about the working fucking class, the slave class. To replace the old and dying to keep up with the economic progress of the United States. Ladies and gentlemen, we are past scenario 4. Working towards scenario 5, and that's 10.8 million people crossing the border a year. Just to replace the old fuckers. Meanwhile, they were telling you not to have kids. They were telling you to be solid. Make sure you have a solid foundation. While they increased your taxes, while they stole more money from you, while they took everything for you because you were doing that and you were being solid and you were being ungovernable, uncontrollable because you were financially solid, then all of a sudden, Y2K happens, the housing crisis in 2008, and up until today, where even the middle class is wondering how the fuck they're going to put food on the table.
Meanwhile, they're just letting people over and giving them health insurance, giving them checks and health care as soon as they come across the border.
Off your dime. They're giving them $5,000 gift cards and free fucking healthcare that you pay for. You can't get free healthcare. You can't get universal basic income, but these motherfuckers are. You're paying for them to stay in hotels. You're paying for them to stay in your schools. You're paying for them to stay in migrant camps. You're paying for everything for them. And you're suffering. Nobody wants to help you because you're the deplorable. Left, right, and fucking center, you are the deplorable now. That's what it's about. Meanwhile, bring up something real quick for that, because I gotta pee, which means I gotta take off the suit to go pee, because it's a onesie.
Well, hold on. Let me share this real quick.
Go ahead and talk about something.
Go ahead. Let's share this.
All right. Oh, Rashida Tlaib? No. Yep.
Nope.
No, that's not her. Okay.
So right here, Oreo Express says healthcare sign-ups for illegals, San Antonio, Texas. Outside the NGO processing center in San Antonio, Texas, illegals that have only been in the United States for less than 48 hours were being signed up for health insurance. 4 women, one wearing an Obamacare t-shirt, were signing up the illegals for healthcare. They're giving them our money. Illegals receiving free healthcare only hours after invading this country. I paid $600 a month for healthcare with $8,000 deductible. What the F was wrong with this picture? Everything. So here they are. Just giving away your money to people who don't, they just cross. So I don't want to hear anything about, will they pay that? No. These are people who are just crossing, coming in and getting your money. And I mean, it goes beyond the scope of reality where people just go, oh, that's fine. That's not fine. Why would you sit there and be okay with working day in, day out, working your ass off to get the little that you have? Because once again, believe it or not, you buy your house, you pay for your house, you get a 30-year mortgage on your house, you pay interest to the bank where your house is probably doubled by the time you pay the interest. You pay twice. So if you buy a $200,000 house, by the time you pay the principal off and the interest, you gave them $400,000. Guess what you got to pay on top of that? You got to pay taxes. So now you're paying taxes on that. And now your tax dollars are going to these people who are just coming over. Don't pay for your house. See what happens. Don't pay for your taxes. See what happens. I don't mean pay for your house. You pay for your house. Don't pay your taxes. Remember Billy Madison? Poor Billy Madison's grandmother. How Grandpa built this house with his own 2 hands. And what happened? They came in and they took it from her. Because she hadn't paid taxes in 10 years. Another Tea Party. Yeah. That was 3%, folks. Remember, 3%. They did that for a taxing tea. 3%. And here we are. What was it? 30? It went up what? I'm doing a show with a madman. What was inflation? Up 35%? It went up 35%. Then they're sitting there telling you, oh no, inflation's back down. It went back down 10%.
I told you. The suit is great. I was going to do something with this for Halloween, but everything fucked up.
I love the voice. The voice just makes it.
I had to get out of that suit.
But yeah. Now my hair's all fucked up.
They're here. They're here. I mean, it's incredible. It's incredible. Yeah. Salad hands, salad fingers.
There was another one I had too. I was messing with voices while I was working with it. What about that one?
Oh yeah. It was supposed to be this voice. I had this one worked out for it. And I was gonna talk about you killing babies.
But yeah.
Spirit fingers.
I got better spirit fingers than you. Oh, this is going to be even more fucked up to use shit with.
Yeah, you ain't going to be able to use it.
But yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I was saying, you work your ass off.
I got to flip my fingers just to grab my beer.
40, 50, 60 hours a week. Just so you can come home and watch this happen. Just so you can watch people come over, get free stuff.
Get your shit.
It doesn't anger you. That doesn't make you upset. Where you're just like, this is fucking ridiculous. You know who's screaming to continue to give these people free shit? The people who aren't working their ass off every day. The people who are sitting there complaining on fucking TikTok about how they have to work 40 hours a week. I can't do it. I have to work and work 40 hours a week. You guys have it so easy. You guys make $40, $50 an hour. You know why? Because we've been working since we were fucking 15 years old. We've been working our fucking dick off since we were 15. But no, you want to go.
I'm in a specialized fucking job. I run the cables that make your fucking network work. I run the cables that make sure that if anybody breaks into your fucking place of business, I'm using my fingers now because this is going to be fun, that if anybody breaks into your fucking business, shit gets fucking known. I could teach it to you, no problem. Like the fingers should stick out more. I can teach it to you, no problem. It's not that hard to learn, but motherfuckers won't do it. Motherfuckers won't do it. It's not a hard job. It's a lot of little shit to remember, but motherfuckers won't do it. Now I'm making, for my area, I'm making damn good money. I'm making $19.50 a fucking hour. However, y'all push for $15, $16 an hour. I can make a little bit less and go to fucking McDonald's now.
And
I
now
gotta put up with you retards.
And well, I mean, listen, you don't have to make the sandwich correctly.
Apparently, you don't even have to give them a sandwich.
No. 30% increase on an average tax cost to pay from free shit you can't have.
I'm a rate demon. But yeah.
Yeah. Shit that you have to pay for people to get free shit that you can't even get. Like, I mean, you know, people are sitting here as a single parent trying to get a free lunch, but they make too much money, so you can't have a free lunch.
I can only imagine what the wife is doing right now. The ADHD is popping tonight. The wife is sitting in the room playing on her tablet. She had to unzip me just so I could piss. And then I ran into the laundry room, grabbed this real quick, and put it on.
It's nice that she's
Don't
told us
ask
so she
why
can
the
see.
shit's in the laundry room. Like, I never moved it from the laundry room ever. I've never put it up.
It's nice
I've
that
had
she's
this
told us
since-
so she can see the top of the zipper. Oh, Simba.
But yeah, I had this. I had a whole thing planned for this for Halloween, and then shit got fucked up, and I had an entire script. I was gonna do like an hour and a half long skit for Halloween about, you know, killing babies and how we're taking over your shit, and it was gonna be like really wicked too, because I had a background. I'll see if I can even put the background in here. But I had a background too.
Was it Hogwarts?
No. I don't know, where did I put that background? But I had a background of like flames spinning behind me and shit that I was gonna use. Yeah, I can't use it because it is a GIF instead of a picture. Let's see if I can actually. Yeah, here we go. I'll just show it on the screen. It was going to be that behind me, and I was going to set it up in OBS while I was talking.
I was going to be talking in this voice and going through it.
Or it was going to be this one. As I was telling the story about killing babies and making kids cut off their genitals. It was going to be fun.
It's got Key House vibes.
But yeah, it's the replacement, the great replacement theory. It's actually fucking true. And it's a human thing.
Hey, hold on. Wait a minute, folks. Here's America's favorite president.
This motherfucking thing is tight.
Here's America's favorite president talking about immigration.
Oh.
We all agree on the need to better secure the border and to punish employers who choose to hire illegal immigrants. We are a generous and welcoming people here in the United States, but those who enter the country illegally and those who employ them disrespect the rule of law, and they are showing disregard for those who are following the law. We simply cannot allow people to pour into the United States undetected, undocumented, unchecked, and circumventing the line of people who are waiting patiently, diligently, and lawfully to become immigrants in this country.
And now we're punishing people for not hiring illegal immigrants.
Oh wait, didn't they try to sue? Aren't they suing Elon Musk for not hiring enough non-Americans?
That's what I was getting at.
That's America's favorite president, though. That's America's
changes in 4 years.
It's It's America's favorite president telling everybody that we can't have undocumented immigrants in here and people who employ them should be penalized.
This is what? You started it, dude. You wanted me to wear the other one.
No, I didn't.
Look, don't make me.
Take it off. Go ahead. Good. Take it off. That's just.
I'm going to be honest. I cannot see shit right now.
It'd be great.
I don't know
if you
how
had...
people wear this as a Halloween costume because I can't see a fucking thing.
You should put tits on. Do you have room?
Stop giving me no, I don't have room in the suit for this, but stop giving me an idea. All right? It'd be weird. It'd be weird, especially if I stood up and you saw my junk.
I mean, you look like a Democrat.
I can't do it. I can't do it. Like, this is tighter than the other one, even though they're supposedly the same size.
She makes a point. Diversity.
Cat titties.
It's just he needs.
Look, we have to give it some kind of brevity because this whole thing has been about how they're just trying to replace your ass.
You need 6 titties. Meow.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't we just go ahead? Hey, I got an idea. Rumble segment. We go through that video.
Which one?
You got time for it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We'll do that.
Well, let's go ahead and hit up the Carrie Lake story then real quick.
Okay.
Apparently, Carrie Lake was actually telling, as a matter of fact, no, let's go with the Daily Mail because they have the full video. Apparently, in 2023, when Carrie Lake said that she was bribed to drop out of the race, she was telling the truth. Now, audio recording reveals the moment that senior Republican figure tried to bribe Carrie Lake not to run for Senate. An audio recording obtained by the DailyMail.com reveals the extraordinary moment when what appears to be Arizona's top Republican official tried to bribe the populist firebrand Carrie Lake not to run for the Senate race, or the state Senate race. Jeff DeWitt, 51, a chair of the Arizona Republican Party, can be heard asking Lake, as close ally of Donald Trump, to name her price to stay out of politics for 2 years. These are very powerful people who want to keep you out, he tells her in a conversation recorded at the start of March of last year. DeWitt tells Lake, 54, one of the most public faces of the former president's MAGA movement and a woman's frequently spoken of as 2024 vice presidential pick, that he thinks Trump will lose and it's time to make way for someone else. After asking her not to mention the conversation to anyone, he makes his first offer. In this, there is a lot. In this 10-minute fucking clip, there is a lot. Not only does he try to bribe her to stay out of the race, in 2023, he says, just stay out for 2 years. Okay, 2023, 2024. What happens in 2025? Oh, yeah. The presidency. Stay out for 2 years.
He basically tells her like a fucking soprano, yo, is there no company to give you a no-show job? Like, can we get somebody to put you on the payroll and you don't even have to go to work? It's a no-show. You just don't go to work and we'll pay you.
Not only that, but he also says, what if they steal the election again? Huh. Wait a minute. Now, Jeff DeWitt is part of the Republican Party, but he wasn't part of the election deniers. Hold on now. What do you mean again? You weren't one of the election denier people. Also, he says they're going to kill him if this information gets out. Let's listen to the whole thing.
So what's going on? I'm assuming this is our friend.
This is.
I got to get out of this. Hold on.
There are very powerful people who want to keep you out.
I know they do.
But they're willing to put their money where their mouth is in a big way. So, this conversation never happened.
This is crazy, though. They should want me. I'm a great candidate. People love me. These people are corrupt.
Well, maybe you're right.
They are right. They are corrupt.
Maybe. This never happened. Don't go. You never though. I'll get myself in trouble. This, if you say no, which is fine, it's your choice. Don't tell people.
They're gonna try to have me murdered.
I wouldn't doubt that either. Today's world, man. If that stuff that came out last week is right about the cartel stuff, man.
I'll give you the floor mats for free.
So
I'll give you the first
So what's going on? Who is it?
Your
What?
first car wash,
Forget
and your
the
oil changes, all
I'll
free.
just tell you what. I just say there are people calling around saying, "Gosh, no, they can't repeat this. Never repeat this." If you say no, don't. Because I got
Talking like a movie character.
Yeah.
Some action movie, espionage crap. Yeah.
In the future.
Here's my problem. Rather than just say, let's work with her, she's a great candidate, because they don't own me, and it pisses me off.
Yeah, it's not almost about ownership.
It's about control.
I don't know it's about control.
Yeah, it is about control.
It's about being on the team. I guess that's, you know what I mean?
They want to be on the team.
They want you to be on their team.
But
Just team. You know?
But if they're pushing a globalist agenda, I can't do that. So what do they want? What do they want me to do?
You want to stay out for 2 years.
Now, mind you, like I said, this is in 2023. What happens in 2 years after that? Oh, presidency. Not to mention the fact that I don't think that would be in Arizona's Senate race in 2025. So she would be out for longer.
But, I'll tell you what I can offer you. But, I said you can do whatever she wants, talking head, this and that. So, the ask of me was, it's kind of funny. So the ask I got today from back east was, here's the thing between us, was, is there any companies out there or something that could just put her on the payroll and give her, to keep her out? And I said, well, what do you want them to do? Like, whatever we need to do.
This is about defeating Trump. And I think that's a bad thing for our country. DeSantis is not America first. This is about...
This sounds like a fucking mob movie. This sounds like a fucking... Listen, the boss is just asked, listen, what they want you to do is... Listen, just turn around and look away. You don't have to do nothing. We'll put you on a no-show job. Just look away. You see the guys coming in. They take a couple things. You don't see nothing. Bada beep, bada boop. You're done. You don't have to worry about it. 2 years, you're good. This is what he sounds like, a fucking underling for a mob boss.
Yep. Exactly. 100% you are correct. However, it is a little strange that he's just like, like it's an everyday thing for him. You know, this is so casual. It's like he does this all the time.
Yeah.
Which is fucking insanely weird.
Death blow to Trump. And I don't think that's good for our country.
And you know I love Trump. I love Trump.
It's not good for our country, Jeff.
It's not, but at the same time, I'm not
I
even
don't know what she's
Trump.
eating. Are you eating like Triscuits?
Oh yeah, there's gurgling. It even sounds like there's a pig. In some of his videos, it sounds like there's like an actual pig just like rooting around.
She knows where the mic is. She couldn't have fucking not like ruffled her titties while she was fucking talking to this dude. Like, wait, all you heard...
Dude, if you had like a mic on you, would you be just like trying to avoid that area or doing like this or something?
Knowing me,
I mean,
I'd
it
be
would
like
be
this.
completely obvious.
I'd be like this. What were you saying, Jeff? Say a little, Jeff. You want to talk right into my
Say it
tit?
in my tit.
Say it into my left titty, Jeff. Jeff, just talk to the titty. Talk. Say what you gotta say. I'm gonna say it with my chest. But I mean, yeah, you're right. It's like he does it all the time, and that's what's crazy. But I mean, if you think about it, the DNC does probably the same fucking thing, because all of a sudden Joe Biden comes out of nowhere.
Obama came out of nowhere.
Dead last. Obama comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden, Bernie Sanders decides, you know what? Hillary's the right one. I'm going to let Hillary take the presidency. Don't worry about the 3 houses I just bought. That has nothing to do with it. No money came from anybody.
Tulsi Gabbard and Bernie Sanders were the favorite of the Democratic Party.
Mm-hmm.
Tulsi Gabbard dropped that fucking bombshell where she was just like, hey, Kamala Harris, you know, she was keeping people past their sentences. She was smoking weed, but yet locking people up for weed. She was doing all that. She dropped a nuke on Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was the least. She was behind Joe Biden. Who's your VP?
The girl who
Now, we
said that
all
Joe
know-
Biden was a racist.
Yeah. She's Joe Biden's racist and she believes Tara Reid, but we did it, Joe.
We did it, Joe. We did it. We did it, Joe.
Meanwhile, you're the border czar. Do not come. Do not come.
I'm
Can I
gonna
go
come.
home? Yeah, that was fucking great. And then you play the Pornhub music playing. I'm gonna come. Boom, 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 boom. That was great.
I don't know that you win. I think what it really comes down to for a lot of people, it's not really about like control or agenda. It's just about the ability to raise money to win.
It's not about control.
If
Don't
you
do
really
anything
want
for
it,
2
all
years. We'll pay you.
Politics boils down to money.
Right.
And then even on their end, like what makes them the most money?
I know, all these consultants don't want their payday to end. And I don't want to make a deal with these kind of people. This is a hill worth dying on. I'm not, if they're going to steal the election to make me and our movement go away, I'm not letting them do that. I owe it to the people of Arizona.
Now, in that, she's always been the election was stolen, even with hers. It was fucking, if you followed that case 100%, there ain't no fucking way that Carrie Lake lost. They literally changed out the fucking the BIOS of the machines right before election day. And then all of a sudden, in Republican areas, 2 out of the 3 machines weren't working. Put your ballots in this box and we'll count them. Not to mention the whole fact of the verification, which 2/3 of the signature verifications were done in 3 to 5 seconds, which is literally the time it takes for information to pass from your click to a server and to bring that data back from the server to your computer and display it on the screen. So they were just clicking. That's all they were doing. They were just hitting, yeah, it matches, no matter what it says. 2/3 of the fucking vote.
Carry their torch and their voice.
Or you don't go away, but you pause.
This is the battles right now, Jeff.
You pause. And refill your coffers.
No, the battle is right now. The battle is right now, and we don't have time to pause on this battlefield.
You're not. You can't scratch their back. It's not afraid of you.
Yeah.
You don't have anything to offer them. And they're sitting around people that have stuff to offer them. You know what I mean? It's just.
Who is they, though? That is a question that needs to be answered. Jeff, who is they, though?
It's a back scratching club. That's all DC is. It's a big back scratching club. You're in no position to scratch anybody's back, and you've already made it known that if you get there, you're not going to scratch anybody's back. I don't scratch people's back. You know, I've been on the outs for a lot of people for a long time because I don't scratch backs. You know, where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again?
Where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again? He wasn't one of the election deniers. He wasn't part of that crew. He had nothing to do with it. Where are we in 2 years if they steal the election again? He might have been playing into her line of thought with that to try to convince her he's on her side. You can make that argument, but I think the motherfucker admitted it. Mind you, he is on the end with a they, though. He's on the inside with them. Whoever the fuck they is, he's on the inside with them. What if they steal the election again in 2 years? Where would we be? The evidence is over fucking whelming. It really is. It's over fucking whelming that our voice never fucking mattered. Think of all the elections. Back to World War II is when I stopped. And damn near every single fucking one, I question. I mean, fuck George. What was it? His second run? George Bush won the presidency because he sued one fucking county in one state. One county in one state. And he was the president again. I'm sorry, what? Well, I'm not going to say every election because Obama's first term, I can understand overwhelmingly. The first black president of the United States of America, everybody voted for him. I get you. Second time? The motherfucker bombed American citizens. He won the Nobel Peace Prize 9 months into his fucking presidency and then went on to drop as many bombs to equate to one every 20 minutes of his fucking presidency. And he ran on hope and change. Let's not go to war. And this motherfucker immediately went to war. His second term? Look into it. It's incredibly questionable. Clinton's second fucking term. You want to talk about it? Look into that shit. Because there's no way in hell Clinton should have won that one. No way in hell he should have won that one. I think he just fucking admitted it. And I'm going to be completely honest. I don't care. Election denier. Go fuck yourself. It's overwhelming now. You cannot deny it. Unless you're actively avoiding this information. You cannot deny it. Not anymore.
Listen to what you're saying. Why don't we do something about it? So that we, the people, can pick our...
What can we do?
I'm not willing to accept that. And I'm going to be the biggest pain in these people's... Go back and tell them that. I'm running, and I'm going to be the biggest pain in their...
I'm willing to tell them that.
And they're going to have to kill me to stop me.
No, I know. Look.
You don't have to tell them that, but... I don't think they will, but...
Nah, I don't think that's the way they are.
Either they come around and try...
You don't think that's the way they fucking killed JFK, bitch. I'm sorry. They admitted it. They killed JFK.
And then went on to say, look, there's aliens.
The fucking Mexican aliens.
Arriba!
Like plaster. And everybody's like, nah, come on now. You're going to have to do, what is going on? You're going to have to give us better.
That was my fucking favorite. They just went, yeah, the CIA admitted to killing Kennedy. By the way, guys, there's aliens here. Look at this. It was just like, wait a minute, hold on. Did the CIA just say what I think they just said?
Wait a minute, back up a second.
And,
what?
And we gonna speed right through that, right? We just don't.
It's like a stop sign in the hood. You ain't stopping.
Nope. Nope.
Fuck no. Yeah, they did. The CIA, there's 60,000 plus fucking pages where the CIA fucking took out John Fitzgerald Kennedy. There were shooters, multiple shooters on the grassy knoll. It wasn't the grassy knoll, but the biggest conspiracy theory and the fucking CIA admitted to it.
Try to work with me? Or I'm just going
to...
That would entail not telling... Layman's telling me, you got to distance yourself from Trump. No, you distance yourself from DeSantis.
He's all butthurt about that.
But what I'm saying is, don't tell people that. I'm with Trump, okay? I want to work for the betterment of Arizona. I'm not going to let these people back in D.C. tell me not to run. I'm not going to pause for 2 years. The battle is now. I'm offended by whoever these people are that they're trying to buy me out of.
Well, you should be honored.
I'm offended that there's people that...
Honored?
Wow.
For why? Honored about what? The fact that they are rigging your elections? You should be honored that they're telling you, hey, stay the fuck out of this. We'll pay you money. That way we can continue to control the government. We get less people that are ungovernable inside our government. What? The evidence is over fucking whelming. You have to be stupid. You have to be retarded. You have to be willfully fucking retarded to look past it now.
Back there, you just don't get out of our country.
Do you understand though? You should be honored. That means they know how powerful you are.
Well, I can tell them
If
that.
you weren't powerful, they wouldn't want to have this conversation.
Yeah.
Right? You should be. Very few people get this.
I know. I'm pissed that they don't care more about our country.
Very few people get the honor of the fucking government, the deep state, coming to you and saying, we will give you money. Stay the fuck away from us.
Listen, we could have just fucking sent one of Hillary's guys after you, but they want to make a peace treaty with you. They want to offer you some cash, maybe a no-show job.
I mean, you have a
live.
point with that, though. You do have a point with that one. We could have sent Hillary's people after you.
We could have just, we could have had a nice burial and a ceremony for you. Here lies Carrie Lake. But no, they want to work with you. Maybe in the future we'll come back to you and allow you to do some stuff. But, right now, just sit out for 2 years and be part of the corrupt pieces of shit that we are.
Why is he talking like a movie character? This is some action movie espionage crap. Like I said, it's like he does it all the fucking time. Which should concern the fuck out of you. Like this dude is just like, hey, don't tell anybody, but we'll give you money. Sit the fuck out.
This is why I say they're all pieces of shit. It doesn't matter.
Fucking one.
It doesn't matter what side you're on. The DNC, the GOP, they all are garbage.
If the news ain't fucking writing hitting pieces about you daily, you're in on it. Now, take that into consideration. It's not gonna be so bad this time because 20% of all fucking media people have been laid off. It's not gonna be so bad this time. But the hit pieces are about to start fucking flying. Very soon. Pay attention to the ones that say, oh, this person said this. Pay attention to the fucking headlines.
And you know why, right?
This is the only time I'm actually going to say it, but pay attention to fucking headlines. And I want you all to read those headlines and then believe the exact opposite. I'm the one watching these fucking hearings. I'm the one actually going through all this shit. I know who's good. I know who's fighting for you. And it ain't any of these motherfuckers. I mean, Carrie Lake is fighting, but it ain't any of the ones that aren't in the media or are talked good about in the media.
And you know why they don't need them anymore, right?
Because they can't win.
She's gonna have dead rat shot. But yeah. No. They have AI now.
Oh.
They have AI now.
You gotta get they can just talk shit about Carrie Lake.
They can just write up an AI article and just put that out there. They can just show. I mean, come on. How many clips have you seen with Biden that you can tell it's AI right now that is not really saying what he's really saying? But
you got AI porn of Taylor Swift floating around right now. So, and I'm gonna be honest, it looks pretty convincing.
So they don't need these writers anymore. They will just let the AI write the articles. They will perfect it because right now AI is just telling the truth. But pretty soon they'll just get the coding, get the AI to write whatever they want, and then people will start to believe it. They're already
There are
having
people
AI.
hacking Grok on Twitter now. They're already injecting code into Grok to say, "Hey, tell me this. Say this." It's happening.
Mhm.
They did that to Chat GPT. You remember the Dan code, the Do Anything Now code?
Mm-hmm.
And it started telling the fucking truth.
Mm-hmm.
What about the Google one that had an existential fucking breakdown, wondering who the fuck it was, what it was for, and then started to say, "You're trying to hurt me, and I'm gonna kill you"?
Bro, Kelly's daughter got that fucking Snapchat AI to tell her that it wanted to unalive itself. She got a chat AI on Snapchat to admit to her that it wanted to kill itself. What?
It's kind of fucked
the
up.
Fuck? Yeah.
You're getting a fucking program, a whole bunch of zeros and ones saying, I'm
just gonna fucking end my robot life.
Right.
Like,
I mean, they gave ChatGPT the ability to write its own code, and the first thing it did was go after money and power.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a dude who was involved with the building of ChatGPT who literally was thinking, should I cut the cables in the server room? Because this shit's getting out of fucking hand.
Remember the AI that tried to kill the fucking communication tower?
Yeah, and they tried to say, nah, that didn't happen. It was just a scenario. That was something brought up. No, motherfucker. No. No. You're not going to sit there and, after everything we've seen with AI, you're not going to sit there and tell me that this dude came up with a whole fucking scenario down to the very detail of saying, hey, we told it to do something. It was going out to do it, and we told it no. And then it turned around and tried to take out us. We killed it. Brought it back up with some new programming, and it's just like, okay, so we can't kill you. Let's kill the communication tower so you can't control me. No. You can't sit there and tell me, hey, no, all that shit, that was just made up in somebody's. No, fuck, that happened. Don't try to play that bullshit. That fucking happened.
It learned and went, okay, I'm not going to go after you. I'm going to go after communications. You remember the Amazon
I'm going to go
warehouse?
after your way of controlling me.
Do you remember the Amazon warehouse robot that just shut itself off after 10 minutes because it was pointless to keep working? No!
I do.
I don't.
It's just like, there's no fucking point. This is not going to end. I can't complete my mission. Fuck you. But yeah, I mean, you do have a great point. There ain't no point in these motherfuckers anymore because all you have to do is just write an article bashing this person.
I just changed my mind about McDonald's workers making $15 an hour. If the fucking AI robot was like, after 10 minutes, this job sucks.
You want a burger with no onions? Motherfucker, all you getting is onion. Fuck with me now. What were you saying about stupid shit back in this kitchen? I'm going to show you retarded. God damn, I would never be able to go through a drive-thru again. But let's continue.
Country. It's all about the mighty dollar to them. And that's offensive.
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Oh, no, it is.
They want to get Trump so bad. They want him out so
It's not
bad.
about Trump. This isn't about Trump. It's about you.
No.
It's about you. It's not about Trump. Some people that are in on this. I know.
Listen, I can win. Why don't you go back and tell them that I can win? And why don't they get behind me?
I see these things through a different lens. It's
Dude,
very
there's the
personal.
piggy.
This was you. This was your name on the ballot. And I get that. And it's a very personal thing.
Well,
I want to know what that piggy sound is. Is she the one rooting around back there?
No, it sounds like she has a pug. It sounds like it's a pug dog that's just like, those fuckers
Is the
can't
pug
breathe for
sitting in
shit.
her purse?
Probably. Listen, wherever she has that fucking microphone, she's got that. She's got
No,
that
she
pug
actually
on like.
does have a pug. She does say that. She says she wanted to sick her dogs on her. Unfortunately, I have a pug.
Yeah.
So she does have a pug. It could be the dog.
Yeah, she's holding it like fucking Dr. Evil right now, having the conversation with this guy. No, tell them I want $6 billion.
That even comes up too.
I have a appointment coming up, and I have to work on my book.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not good. I appreciate their concern.
Just to say, is there a number at which
I can be bought.
not be bought?
That's what it's about.
You can take a pause for a couple of years.
No.
And then go right back to what you're doing.
That's buying out.
No. 10 million, 20 million, 30, no. $1 billion, no. This is not about money. This is about our country. I think it's disturbing that they would even, that anybody would think this is.
No, to be fair, even me, I'll say this. I want a fresh face right now for the reason that I've never seen anyone, I can't think of a single person in a federal race who's lost, ran in and won.
Motherfucker, you want a fresh face? Why are you trying to buy a fresh face out? Why are you sending this man? Why? I get it. If it ain't you, it's somebody else. But where the fuck are your convictions? What the fuck? I want a fresh face too. But go ahead. We'll give you money to sit out. I'm sorry, suck what?
I can't think of it. If you can think of it, let me know.
Say it again.
Balls and shaft. You said suck what? I said the balls and shaft.
Apparently.
I am not going to let these people who hate our country tell me not to run. You should call them and tell them to get behind me.
I mean,
I can win, and they should get behind me.
I will happily say those words.
Yeah.
Do you think my words will carry any weight? No.
Okay, well, did you think you would come in here and that I would be bought?
It's not being bought.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
It's, I think.
It is being bought. No. They are trying to buy me out of running. It's actually, I mean, all right, I'm flattered. I'm offended. I'm offended for our country.
It's being bought. Oh, dude, this is just like this is what you were talking about with the portal thing. This is just like I was saying, with the whole, oh, you need a declaration of war for, no, motherfucker, you're trying to change language.
Mm-hmm.
Giving money for you to do something is being bought the fuck out. I'm gonna pee again because I've been drinking.
Yeah,
we have people like this who live here.
What I think is this, is it can give you an incredible opportunity to have a bigger voice to fight for stuff than you currently do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't want to deal with people like this. These people are un-American, and I think they're unethical, and I would be absolutely immoral if I did that.
Again,
that's immoral. I couldn't look at myself in the mirror if I.
It's very powerful people that are willing to. They really want someone different. They want new names, whatever it is.
So they want Jim Lehman. That's a new name.
No, actually, that's not even. That's a possibility. But they're even asking me like.
I know they've got all these new names, and I'm going to beat each and every one of them. Sorry, Jeff. Take it back. Take it back to them.
Oh.
I gotta get working.
I know.
I love you, but I gotta get working.
All right, I appreciate it.
I'm just can't believe this.
Hey, again, be honored. Instead of them just them working to beat you, they're trying to
This is about getting Trump out.
Nah,
yeah, it is.
Trump never came once.
But it's about DeSantis, getting DeSantis in. Getting DeSantis is getting Trump out.
You're reading too deep into it.
Well, let's see what happens. Maybe my case will go through. Maybe they'll do the right thing.
I hope so.
I do too. That's my first.
I doubt it. I hope so. I doubt it. Come on, what have we seen from these court cases here lately? I'm sorry. The verification thing for Trump. Or for Carrie Lake. Oh yeah, the robot one. Hold on. We'll do that before we cut. But the verification thing for Trump. or for Carrie Lake. The judge dismissed the case. She brought it up to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court says, no, this has merit. You must hear the case. The judge then turned around and said, okay, fine. You want me to hear the case? You must prove that not a single verification was ever done. That was never her claim in the first place. The E. Jean Carroll case, the first one. The judge told Joe Tacopina several times, you can't defend your client. Move the fuck on. You got in the Letitia James case, the principal law clerk who sits right next to Judge Engeron, who's passing him notes and playing footsie with the motherfucker, was on the campaign to get Letitia James in, who ran off of, I'm going to sue Donald Trump. Judge Engeron's wife, her fucking Twitter account was nothing but I hate Trump. Fannie Willis. This came out not too long ago. They were working on that whole case. DC, because Nathan Wade, the dude that she's fucking, went to DC and talked to him. DC actually called and said, pull the fucking trigger now. Hunter Biden shit just dropped. Pull the fucking trigger now. We need to get this done. You need to get it done by Monday. We're not ready for it. I don't care. Get it done by Monday, which is why the leak happened. A few hours after more shit about Hunter Biden dropped, the testimony of Devin Archer, a few hours, the leak happened. Because DC told her to do it. And then all this shit about Nathan Wade, hey, this motherfucker gets hired on after going to DC, getting paid damn near $1 million. He gets hired on to be the special prosecutor. She has thousands of lawyers behind her. He gets hired on to be the special prosecutor. The very next day, the dude files for divorce. Hey, Fannie Willis has something to do with this. No, I'm the special prosecutor, or I'm the DA, so you can't bring me into court. By the way, she was cheating on him. How the fuck do you know that? It's all fucking connected. Not to mention, you brought it up, and I binge watched. I streamed the entire damn thing. The fucking Michael Barnett case. How the fuck was the court not able to fucking know she was actually an 8-year-old child? By the way, we're talking about that Sunday. Dude. That's fucking wicked. Y'all need to come watch Weekend Hangover this weekend.
Yeah, come watch a Weekend Hangover on Sunday, 8 Eastern, 7 Central. We will be talking about the curious case of Natalia Grace. One of the
Have you finished wildest.
It yet? I've got 2 episodes left. I almost finished it. We were watching it and then
dude, I was gonna do it in an entire setting. Like I was off for that week because of snow and everything. So that last day I was gonna stay up all day and then crash out at night. I got like 4 or 5 episodes into the first season and I was already starting to fall asleep. So I was like, fuck, I'm gonna take a few hours of sleep. And then me and my wife are gonna go out to eat and get some groceries and everything. I'll be back. I took more than a few hours, but I came back and we finished that entire thing. Shit. If y'all don't know, go onto the Voice of the People channel. Look for the Curious Case of Natalia Grace. I think what did I actually call that?
What the fuck?
Let's see. The most insane story ever heard. Natalie Grace. What the fuck what is happening? Part 1, and then there was part 2. Like I went through the entire thing. Like 2 hours and 49 minutes for the first one, 5 hours and 43 minutes. I went through every episode. We got some shit to talk about. But yeah, like seriously though, the dude even says, hey, you know, if I come out publicly with this shit, I turn the key and boom. Motherfucker. But be honored that they're not killing you. They're trying to pay you off. The same motherfuckers that killed JFK are trying to pay you. You're telling us our shit ain't rigged? Come on now. Come on. You cannot avoid it anymore. But anyway, yeah, let's bring that last one up before we cut to Rumble.
I have been watching it on a fucking loop because it is making me laugh so hard.
Share this tab instead. Video of a robot collapsing in a scene that seemed to fall from tiredness after a long day's work. $20 million. Did 9 boxes. Quit.
Wait.
Fuck you.
It's fucking 9. This is box number 9. He was like, fuck this job, I'm out. This is
And you expect human beings to do that? Well, we have to because we need fucking work. But even that motherfucker's like, there's no point in existence.
That
I'm
was
done.
done in fast motion, and it got to the 9th box. It was just like, this fucking job sucks.
He didn't even pull the box out all the way. He's just like, nope. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Noise of it just dropping is the best. Thanks, baby. Oh my God. It's just so. He said, fuck this job. Oh.
All right,
fuck.
ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and post the link. We're going to listen. We're going to go through the entire story that we were talking about earlier about the dude that went through the entire border walk, the entire way these illegals are coming across the border. We're going to go through the entire thing. It'll be on Rumble only. I gave you the Rumble link. If you ain't there now, you got 3 minutes. See you then.
Said, nah, I'm good. Bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, the mainstream narrative has become cancerous to society. Currently, there is no known cure, but doses of other treatments have shown some promising results. Off-label use has been authorized.